Hi, welcome to Mercurius Being. I'm Amy Jensen here with your astro update for tomorrow's Sagittarius new moon solar eclipse. Tomorrow, if you're in the Central Time Zone, Eastern Time Zone, today, if you're in Pacific Time Zone and anything past that direction, and the sun and the moon are conjunct at 12 degrees Sagittarius, 22 minutes. And we have Mercury joining them. And to start off with, let's do the Sabian symbol for the degrees. So we'll round up to 13 degrees Sag. This is from Lynda Hill's, the Sabian Oracle book. And the statement for this degree is, a widow's past is brought to light. So you might find that the past catches up with you or someone you know at this time. Although there may be sympathetic feelings in the hearts and minds of those around, somebody may not like what is being shown or revealed. This needs to be handled with care. Somebody's issues, history, deeds, or personality have now or soon will come to light. This may be rather confronting or upsetting, and it can take time to adjust to this new information. It often causes us to have to look at something, or someone, or a relationship in a new light. As this symbol pictures a widow, often there's a feeling that the situation is one with a long history or is rather old, even possibly outworn in some ways. Issues were probably previously left in the dark or in the closet, suppressed by someone, or at the very least forgotten about. Some may think it would have been better if these things had been left undisturbed and not brought to light. Dwelling on issues from the past can lead to the loss of joy in the present, so there needs to be careful thought about just where you direct your attention. However, a healing is often made possible by things being revealed. Try lighting a candle or a special light and allow illumination to pour over the situation. This can cast new light and understanding and allow you and others to banish the shadows of the past. Further, often what was considered a scandal in former times is now nothing much of consequence and can be washed away rather easily. So some of the keywords: unveiling and exposing, or creating a new and vibrant beginning, getting rid of yesterday's darkness, looking back to revision attitudes, being freed for new opportunities, the scales falling from one's eyes, reasons as to why relationships have failed, remembering past life memories, things being found or discovered, wills, inheritances, death certificates, burying the past, pensions, and insurance policies. All right. So, the phrase that came to me thinking about doing this is the John Lennon lyric that war is over if you want it to be. And I was just like, war is over if you want it to be. And I was just thinking about lots coming to light and releasing, along with the Sabian symbol. And these things coming to light were leading into the nodal change coming up later in the month, and I'll do another video besides the full moon in Gemini, but I'll do the solstice, Saturn square Uranus, and then the nodal change over from Sagittarius Gemini to Scorpio and Taurus. So the Scorpio-Taurus next year and a half of eclipses being in those signs is going to be a lot about things coming to light. So in a way, I thought of this lunation as kind of a precursor to that. Also, with the US Pluto return coming up, also more coming to light concerning that. Okay. So the next phrase I thought of for this lunation was it being a creative juncture to realign our beliefs. We have been in this South Node Sagittarius, North Node Gemini eclipse pattern for about a year and a half. And so backtracking, Sagittarius, where the new moon is. On a high note, Sagittarius, I love Sagittarians. They're buoyant, they're optimistic, they're fun to be around, they're adventurous, they've got joie de vivre. They're the old phrase, hail fellow well met, is a Sagittarian, Jupiterian saying. Sag is ruled by Jupiter, which is an optimistic, it's called the Great Benefic planet. So there's just a lot of energy with this sign and with this planet. There's a lot about pilgrimage, to be a pilgrim. It'd be a Sagittarian, Jupiterian venture. And the energy about pilgrimage, and really anything ninth house related, would be to be a stranger in a strange land. So taking yourself out of your current belief system and shooting that Sagittarian arrow far out in the distance, going somewhere different, being around different people. One where you have to learn the ways and you have to learn new patterns, right? Travel beyond that which is known. So it expands our sense of self, this pilgrimage. And when you expand your sense of self, you have more real estate within yourself, more real estate of awareness. So that's all this high Sag, high Jupiter, going past the known, and then you incorporate that, and that's how you learn. Where shadow Jupiter, shadow Sagittarius would be really staying stuck in your own belief system, your own religion, your own political beliefs, your own philosophy, your own education, just really kind of surrounding it, closing the book. This is what I believe. This is how it's done. So over the last year and a half, we've had this opportunity collectively of exploring the South Node. So that's always the kind of the fallback. So the fallback into really getting stuck in our own beliefs. The evolutionary path over the last year and a half has been to expand beyond those beliefs, be a pilgrim, and be a stranger in a strange land, and land over in the Gemini North Node, where you can evolve to change your daily patterns, accept and experience different points of view. And I don't know how that's been going, to be honest with you. So I'm a little perhaps concerned about switching into Scorpio Taurus. But hey, there's always evolution happening, and it can happen at the last minute, right? Which I think, again, this new moon could be a creative juncture to realign our beliefs and explore all through the Sag season. You know, we've got a great opportunity to be these pilgrims, okay? So supporting that astrologically, the new moon, well, first of all, it's conjunct Mercury, so Mercury's there, adding the light of reason. It's the ruler of Gemini, so allow that presence, again, not to get stuck in the possible looping of Sagittarian beliefs or verbosity that could accompany that placement, but to just add that light of questioning and curiosity into this lunation. This lunation quintiles, which is a creative aspect, Jupiter, which is the ruler of Sagittarius, and Jupiter's in Aquarius. So just this little creative aspect from the ruler of Sag in Aquarius, which is a creative, like, think differently sign, right? Like adding something out of the box or innovative, something you hadn't thought of, something that might be a flash of insight. There's a stress aspect of this lunation to Uranus. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus is in Taurus. And so I think, again, that's to me like, I'm calling it a creative juncture, but that quincunx is a stress, or inconjunct is either one, a stress aspect. So kind of, we're getting pushed, like I said. Like, okay, guys, come on, you know, evolutionary wise, we got a little bit of time left. Like, let's try to make this leap and be a little more open to everybody's beliefs, okay? This lunation also trines Chiron in Aries, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So I just think there's a great possibility for some healing to occur at this time. Chiron in Aries is really staying within yourself as an individual. So I think having good boundaries, having good energy boundaries, being assertive and clear in your communication. Again, really talking with other people and discussing beliefs and differences and listening, talking and listening. All right. All right. And Venus is the ruler of Taurus, where Uranus is, and having that little stress aspect. And Venus is in her wholeness phase. She's shining super brightly in the sky. Driving the other night, after not being out for a while, right at sunset. It was so beautiful to see Venus shining her light so brightly in the heavens, and just allow yourself time around sunset to just go out for a few minutes and enjoy the light of Venus. She is, as Adam Gainsburg says, in her wholeness phase, bringing beauty and balance and wisdom and power and grace, that which is all of ours, however you relate gender-wise, all of that feminine aspect, that receptive principle within us. So there's something about really staying in our bodies and feeling that beauty and balance. And I think part of this emphasis on Venus is with the nodes changing in a few weeks. The North Node will be in Taurus, and we really need to embody that Venusian energy, really being in our bodies, really exploring beauty and art and creativity and dance and drumming, to calm the fuck down, basically. Because opposite of that is going to be the South Node in Scorpio. So it's like the warriors, when they would come home from battle, the village and community would surround them, and there'd be feasting and dancing and singing to calm down the adrenals, calm down the stress, calm down the cortisol, which we've all been living under. And so going out and reconnecting physically and in real time to Venus, and just taking the time to soak that in, and also just release, because over the next year and a half, a lot of the dark is going to be dredged up with that North or South Node in Scorpio. And so the evolutionary path is to go into the Taurus and to feel embodied and to feel at home and to feel calm and to have our feet on the ground. All right, so I thought that was interesting too, with the war is over thought, thinking about the warriors coming home and coming back into our Venus embodiment. Another little point about war with this is the planet, or excuse me, the fixed star Antares, which is anti-Aries in the sky. It's a rival of Mars. It's similar in color. It's a red-green star, and it's quite bright, sometimes brighter than Mars in the sky. It's at the heart of the Scorpion constellation. So it has a Mars nature. It's really warlike, a destructive, malevolent star, but it also has aspects of Jupiter. So there's can be success, probably in energetic, warlike activities. But it also has a little Mercury and Saturn mixed in there, so there is the intellect and the discipline. So it gives you energy and optimism to undertake something maybe difficult. Okay, so that star being placed by this new moon is kind of like emphasizing that energy. It gives good understanding and memory. That's the, the buoyancy, the understanding and memory from Saturn and Mercury. It's also associated with Archangel Uriel and the West. I think that is about it for my update for this lunation. Again, just thinking about the communicating and listening aspect, and thinking about, again, the creativity that's possible for connection. Creativity that's possible for connection. There's always a possibility for connection, so be creative about that. And I thought just something different. Instead of pulling a card before the video, I thought I would just pull a card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle, Colette, Baron-Reid, and Alberto, Villoldo. So I'll just pull a card and see what comes up. See if anything popped out at me, which a couple did. Oh, 4 did. Okay, that's too many. Let's see here. How about Heart Home? All right, I'm gonna bring that closer. Isn't that lovely? Heart Home, compassion. Funny, it's card number 27, and I noted that, I think, in the last video. I missed last lunation, but we've been in this 12 degrees, 27 degrees, 12 degrees, 27 degrees pattern over the last several months. So anyway, card number 27, Heart Home. Love in its truest form. Compassion. When you begin to feel like you do not belong anywhere, it's time to make your way back to your heart home. This is your true home. You are being called back to the quiet place where your soul resides. Put everything on hold for a short while. You are being offered the experience of love in its purest form, unconditional and unbounded. This is not the love you must work hard to earn or barter for. Drop into your heart space and rest there for a breath or two. Replace the judgment of yourself and others with compassion. Really, it is that easy when Heart Home shows up. There's no need to forgive anyone for anything. None of it occurred in spiritual truth. It is only your belief in that story that makes it so powerful. Allow your love to wash clean all those impressions. Empty yourself of all judgment and preconceptions, and allow Spirit to fill you with the sweet nectar of peace. When Heart Home shows up, it is imperative that you heed its call, lest the universe orchestrate a way of bringing you back to yourself that is of a harsher nature. So that's good. That's really good. All right, another invitation to come into your heart. Taurus rules the heart. So anyway, that's a great note to end on. Have a wonderful new moon solar eclipse, and I will see you back in a couple weeks. All right, take care.